Good morning, babies. What are you doing? Hi, hi. I know you want a treat. I know. Here. Here. Come on. 1 and 2. You guys are so cute. You're so cute. I just want to eat you up. You're so cute. Oh my gosh. I love bunnies. Okay, one more, just because you're so freaking cute. I need to plant some more lettuce for you guys. Or some healthier treats, I would say. So bunnies, when they eat something they like, their butts twitch. Watch this. Watch this. Here you go. Watch her butt. See? When you give them a banana, their butts twitch like nonstop. Here. Come here, Hermione. I want to see your butt twitch. Okay, that's enough. These are treats. They're very sugary, and so you don't want to give them too many because this is like junk food for them, basically. So these bunnies are my daughter's bunnies. This is Hermione, and this is Annie. They are actually sisters. There's Annie right there. They are just the cutest things, and we let our kids have bunnies because I actually had bunnies growing up when I was little. I had a couple different bunnies, and I just love them. I just think they're just the cutest things. I love them so much. I love them as much as I love cats and dogs. Yes, and dogs. But it's so funny because when, like right before we were going to get bunnies, and I was talking to Jason about letting our girls get bunnies, I told him how I had bunnies growing up and it wasn't that bad. It was totally fine. And not realizing that little 5-year-old me had parents who were doing most of the work for the bunnies, like cleaning out the cage and the litter box and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, yeah, bunnies are so easy. They're so independent. It's totally fine. No, bunnies are a lot of work. It's a really big commitment. They are so cute, but I just have to say, if you're thinking about getting bunnies, just really look into the amount of work that goes into having bunnies, because it's been great because it's really taught our girls responsibilities and taking care of something, you know, and they've been so good at it. But just I feel like this is a PSA. Just know how much work it goes into taking care of bunnies. Okay, so I am over by the bunnies today because I actually want to work over here today. I have this little strip of ground that I could easily just cover with gravel and just forget about and not pay attention to at all. However, I had a good idea. Actually, Michael and I were talking about it, and we had a really good idea of something that we can actually plant here to kind of soften it a little bit and make it kind of pretty. I don't know. So, like I said, over here it's just kind of like a nothing little area on the other side of my metal screen, and the metal screen is blocking everything off in the carport and everything like that. My carport is a complete mess right now. All that stuff needs to get put away and all that, you know, all that kind of thing. So we are working on that. So Michael and I were talking about what we could plant over here, and this area actually doesn't get a ton of sun. You know, you can kind of see where the sun is in the winter. During the summer, the sun is so high up that it will get a little bit of sun. Oh, look at how cute. Look at how cute. So cute. But it's not going to get a ton of sun. And so we were thinking a camellia would be absolutely perfect. And I happen to have a camellia right here. This is one of the plants that I got from the Roberta Walker project when they, I went and I salvaged a whole bunch of plants they were getting rid of in a project. The olive tree, it was one of them, the cherry laurels behind the greenhouse, and then those half-cut podocarpus over there. I am going to be getting some taller podocarpus for over here, but that's not for a little while, so I'm being patient with that. But they happened to pull out this camellia, and it's just been sitting here in the pot, and I haven't really known what to do with it. And look how pretty it looks. And so we were talking and thinking, oh my gosh, a camellia would be absolutely perfect there. It'll get a little bit of late evening sun, so it'll still be happy. Camellias in Northern California, like they can handle full shade. They are perfectly happy with full shade. So it's a great spot for it. And it's going to kind of soften up this area. And it's really cool because camellias, you can kind of prune, like this is going to get big, but you can I can prune it kind of to a hedge so that it can fit right there. I already looked it up. Camellias are not poisonous to rabbits. Is she gonna do it again? Did you guys see how she like jerked just like that? And that's called a binky. I know, it's a really funny word, but that means, oh, right there, right there. So she's happy. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, Hermione's happy. Are you happy, Hermione? You need some more room to run around. Oh, oh. Oh my God. That's that. Video over. That's all I needed to show. They are just, oh, they're just the cutest things. I just love them. But again, PSA, they're a lot of work. They're a lot of work. Anyway, so that's my plan for today is I'm going to be planting this camellia right over here, just kind of tucked in, and I will be able to hedge it and I will be able to keep it fitting in this little spot. But I actually think it'll look really pretty if it kind of grows big and starts like peeking out of the screen. I think that will be really, really pretty. So the only thing with camellias is camellias are acid loving plants. They like acidic soil. They like acidic conditions, which is not great for my property. Here in Davis, our groundwater has a lot of what's called boron in it, which makes it very alkaline. And so I am going to have to amend this plant to keep it happy, but I have a couple other camellias growing around, Nuccio's camellias, and I've been amending them and they're relatively happy. So I think this guy is going to be okay. I don't know the variety because it's not blooming yet. And of course I won't know for sure since I got this from another garden, but what the buds look like to me, it looks like a debutante camellia, which is a very common variety of camellia around here. And it's so beautiful. It's pink and frilly and it's just, ooh, I hope it takes to the transplant. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this guy planted right now. Okay, it's only been 10 minutes and I'm out of breath. So I was planning to put the camellia right there. That was my initial thought. I thought that would be a really pretty place. But as I was digging here in this horrible soil, I don't even think you can see it. There's a pipe right there to go to the Hoselink. So I decided to stay away from that and put it in the middle right here, which I think might be an even better place because as it grows, I can kind of hedge it to go along all the way across and it won't get too close to the Hoselink and I won't have to hedge it so significantly. I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry I'm out of breath. But so this whole part used to be under concrete. So it's very compacted. It's very, very poor quality soil, which is why I have that pile over there that I'm going to be putting a lot of that stuff in, which normally I don't like amending my planting holes because it's better for your plants to have the native soil because then the roots can grow out further. But I think the soil is it's just so bad that I'm going to definitely amend it. But I wanted to show you guys. So there's no way I could get through this with just this shovel. It's just too compacted and it's too rocky and there's too much stuff. But I have this digging stick. I've talked about it before. It's called a San Angelo bar. And if you look at the description, it says, perfect for breaking stone and concrete, pointed tip, ideal for chipping and digging in compacted soil. And yes, it absolutely is. All you have to do, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is just drop it in and the pointed tip breaks up all that compacted soil so that you could dig it out with the shovel. So it just makes a huge difference. It's so heavy, so it's definitely a workout, which is why I'm out of breath, but it definitely makes it a lot easier to plant in really poor soil like this. So I'm almost there. I'm just going to kind of widen the hole a little bit so that I can fill it in mostly with the new soil that I just bought, which again, I usually don't recommend, but in this situation, I'm going to go against my recommendation and I'm going to put in some amended soil just in an effort to keep this thing alive. So normally you would wait to fertilize your camellias and your azaleas until after they were done blooming. So probably closer to the end of March, depending on where you live. But because I'm worried about the acidity or the alkalinity in this spot, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this acidic fertilizer in here. It would be the same thing if I had soil acidifier. That will make sure that it is in a spot that is the right pH for it, and hopefully it can root in and not go in too much shock. We'll see, crossing my fingers. But just so you know, don't fertilize your camellias until after they're done blooming. What do you think, Monty? Huh? Looks good, huh? What do you think, Hermione? All right, so Camellia is all planted. I think it looks pretty good. I hope it takes to this area. I don't know. It'll be a stretch. One thing I do have to say is I have a feeling it's going to lose all these buds because it's probably just going to go into survival mode, and after that transplant and everything and getting moved around so much. So I wouldn't be surprised if it drops these buds, which I am totally fine with. I just want it to root in this year, and then eventually, hopefully, it'll be kind of spread. I can prune it to be kind of spread all on the back of the screen. I think that will be really pretty. And then what I'm going to do is once a month, I'm going to come in with something like this, an acidic fertilizer, just to kind of keep the soil amended and keep it happy. And then in subsequent years, I don't think I'll have to do that as much, but I'm going to kind of baby it a little bit the first year. So anyway, that's the camellia planted. I'm happy about that. Next thing, I am going to move on to some other plants that have been sitting over here on the side of the metal workshop that I want planted. And that is these guys. So these are another, oh, these are heavy. I'll have to have two hands with that. These are another Christmas plant, as you can see, that I got the day before Christmas Eve for 50% off, which was amazing. So these were $50 mountain, what is it? Green Mountain boxwoods. And I got them for 25 bucks, which is a fabulous deal. So I can't say enough. Go to your big box store a couple days before Christmas and get your hands on some of these Christmas, living Christmas trees is what they say. I am going to be planting these over in the secret garden. I'll show you guys that right now. Okay, so now working over in the secret garden, which is so beautiful. This is the most formal part of my yard, but now I have this guy, which is going to be pretty formal too, which is very exciting. So anyway, in the secret garden, I planted sprinter boxwoods all along the pathways. So I'm going to have a sprinter boxwood hedge along the pathways. But right here over by the fountain, I have these four corners that I left blank spots in to plant cone topiary boxwoods. And I didn't get those in the sprinter boxwoods because I knew I could get these from the big box store, these Green Mountain boxwoods. So it's going to look a little different, but I actually think that that'll be okay because it will kind of distinguish the cones between the hedges. Now, the Green Mountain boxwood, you can see this one right here is a Green Mountain boxwood. This one I actually got from Home Depot for a Christmas sale not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. And I've had it just in this pot right here, but you can see that the Green Mountain boxwoods, they get a little more bronze. Like you can see right there, they get a little more bronze compared to the sprinter boxwood that's this nice, fresh, beautiful green all winter long. Really, really pretty. Now, they only had two at Home Depot when I was there this year. So I unfortunately only have 3 right now. So I'm going to have to get a fourth one. If I can find 2 more that size, I might just get 2 more that size for this spot and for this spot. But what I want to do right now is I want to plant those 2 right here and right here, and then I'll just move this guy just for now. So anyway, very formal, very pretty. I also need to cut back my limelight hydrangeas. I will do that as well. I just noticed my first Pearl Maxwell Nuccio Camellia. Isn't that just so pretty? Oh, it's beautiful. So this Camellia is in pretty much full shade here in this part of my secret garden. So this side of the secret garden gets full shade. This one gets significantly more sun, especially during the summertime. And that's why I have the Camellia over on this side. But look at how beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm trying so hard to be clean. What, bud? What? Okay, okay. Oh, okay. I gotta finish. I gotta finish. Go. Move. These are so heavy. You gonna help me? Huh? Monty, I need you to knock on the bucket. There we go. Ooh. Are you blocking my shot? Again? Huh? Go get your ball. Where's your ball? Go get it. Did you find it? You did! Okay, so Monty is acting like our Vanna White right now, and he's showing off how beautiful the boxwoods look, the cone boxwoods. They're of course going to get bigger. You can see that one is just 1 year old, older than these. So they're definitely going to get bigger, and I'll keep them sheared up and nice and tight along with these guys once they grow in. I have a couple years until everything grows in, but that's okay. It feels good to get things planted and starting to grow. One thing I did want to address, I was thinking about this as I was planting. A couple of you asked me how the Hoselink is going to work with the metal screen right here. Like, is it going to wrap around it? Is it going to, like, basically you asked, do I need to move the Hoselink? And no, I don't. I don't think I need to, because it kind of moves like this. And if I need to take the hose out, like say over to my Vigo beds over there, I'll just pull it out first, like pull it out over here and then drag it over like a regular hose. If you didn't want to do it, and if you did and you just wanted to pull the hose out, Hoselink does have some wall mounted hose guides and also some ground hose guides. I'll show you guys those on the screen right now. So if you're worried about putting your Hoselink and then you have something like a screen or the side of your house or something like that that you need to get around, and they have it figured out how you don't have to worry about it. But I actually have my other Hoselink in the front. Let me show you. I have this Hoselink right here that I just pull out before I bring it over to my secret garden. And if I wanted to, I could get one of those hose guides. I don't think I could mount the wall mounted hose guide to this, because I don't think there would be, I mean, maybe if I put a piece of board or something on it, if I wanted to, I could get one of the ground hose guides, but honestly, it's so easy for me just to pull it out, water what I need to do, and then it'll automatically retract back in. So hopefully that answers your questions about having the Hoselink so close to that metal screen over there. And then the last thing I'll show you guys is my evergreen clematis. It's going crazy, and it's growing up my neighbor's black walnut tree, which I don't mind because it's very pretty. I will come in and I'll kind of cut it off, but I don't want to cut it off yet because I don't know if you guys can see, but it's got buds all over it, and I want it to bloom, and I think it'll be so pretty. And then once it blooms, I'll come in and I'll chop it off so it doesn't climb up all over the black walnut tree. But honestly, I don't really care about this thing. And I don't think they care about it either. Honestly, I'm going back and forth on whether or not to remove this limb right here that goes over my property. It looks terrible right now in the winter, and you know, my evergreen clematis is climbing on it. It's kind of going over my house. but during the spring and summer, it gives me some really nice shade. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about it right now. But anyway, for right now, the evergreen clematis is taking over and it's looking absolutely beautiful. All right, so that's going to be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed this and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.